Hello everyone, I hope that you're doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Boom Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm really grateful that you're listening, subscribing and commenting. I really appreciate your support. And it's a bit dark today because rainy season is here in Mumbai, and so it's been raining on and off, it's been cloudy, it's been humid, 85 to 90% humidity. I mean, it's like walking through water. In any case, unfortunately or fortunately, I am leaving Mumbai for a little bit, and maybe I'll come back, maybe I won't. We'll see how things go. Probably I'll come back. But at this moment in time, I'm kind of packing my apartment and things like that, and I was kind of reminiscing over Mumbai and how things were and all that stuff. And I just wanted to share a few things that I've already done a video on what I liked about Mumbai, and I wanted to share a few things that I did not like about Mumbai, that I feel like if they could just improve these few things, I feel like Mumbai would be a really, really nice city to live in. Like on par with New York, Toronto, South Korea, like Seoul, Bangkok, all the cities that I love to live in. But like considering there's 80 million or more people living here, like they're doing a really good job of like managing it and infrastructure wise and everything. But of course there's a lot more that they could do. And the first thing I want to start off with is the fact that I think out of all the different countries I've been in, I feel like Mumbai drivers or Indian drivers in general are the rudest, most inconsiderate drivers in the world. And I know it's like a big statement to make, but I've been in a lot of different countries and I've never had drivers literally not pay attention to pedestrians walking on the street and pretending like they don't exist and driving straight at them as if the pedestrian is just going to disappear or become invisible and not die if they were hit. I've been sitting on an auto rickshaw or in a car, and I've seen them so many times almost hit a pedestrian, almost like scraping by them, like inches, centimeters away from them. And I've been told several times by people that they were actually trodden upon by auto rickshaws. Those are the three-wheelers that they're in India, and they're on their feet. They literally drove over their feet because they were driving so close that they just didn't have enough time to bypass them. Now, I don't understand if drivers don't understand the situation. Pedestrians cannot move as fast as a car can, and so they're literally barreling at you. There's also the problem that there's not really a dedicated space for pedestrians to walk in Mumbai or anywhere in India. All the sidewalks have been taken over by street stalls. And so if a pedestrian wants to walk, which is very rare, most people do not walk, they take other forms of transportation. But if a pedestrian wants to walk, like I do, I like walking, it is the most dangerous thing you can do. You're like, oh, I'm going to go skydiving. Just go walking in a city in India as a pedestrian and see how many times you actually escape death. It's literally the most dangerous thing you can do in the world. The most dangerous thing, I would say. And so, you're walking and people are literally, first of all, people are coming from all directions, not only in a car, but also in an auto rickshaw, which is a three-wheeler, in a two-wheeler and scooters and motorbikes, on their bicycles, and no one gives a rat's ass about pedestrians or human life in India. They do not care. They do not care. They will literally honk at you 1,000 times because you're walking. They're in their air-conditioned cars, just comfortably sitting there, and you're walking in the heat or the rain, and they're honking at you to go faster. I'm like, buddy, you're sitting in your car. I'm going as fast as I can. I'm a pedestrian. Can you give me a little bit of leeway? Like really, one of the things that makes me the angriest living in India and living in Mumbai is that people do not, especially people in cars, have no consideration for pedestrians. No consideration at all. Why don't they have any value for human life? I feel like it's also the status thing, right? If you're walking, then obviously you're kind of poor, which is not the case for me and a lot of people in Mumbai. They're walking because they want to be healthy. But maybe there's this idea, okay, you're walking, you're poor, it doesn't really matter, your life doesn't matter as much. But if I'm in a car, I have money, I am better off than you, I am better than you in that regard. So my time, my everything matters more. I've been almost run over by so many cars, so many auto rickshaws that I can't even tell you. And I've only been here for 9 months. I can't imagine if I lived here a long time. If I lived here a long time, probably I wouldn't even walk that much, because people here do not walk. Because it's so hard to walk. There are no walkways, there are no pedestrian side paths. All the side paths are either taken away by street stalls, or they're just so uncomfortable to walk on because they're uneven, or they're just not built properly, or there's so many barriers. It's just not conducive to people walking. And of course, so people don't walk, and of course they're unhealthy because of that. So definitely, I thought certain parts of Mumbai are walkable. Obviously, if you go to certain aspects, certain parts of it, you can walk and it's fine. But I'm actually in one of the poshest areas in Mumbai right now, Andheri West or Lokhandwala, and it is not walkable, man. It is not walkable. It is dangerous to walk. You're putting your life in danger every single time you walk, even if you're on a sidewalk. I've had people driving on a motorbike almost hit me, even when I was walking on a sidewalk meant for pedestrians. Anyways, so that's definitely one of the things I dislike about Mumbai. It's not walkable. I wish it was. I really love walking. I love walking big cities. It's so much fun to walk through a city and see what's going on in it. You know, it's such a great way to explore a city. When I'm traveling anywhere, the first thing I do is I go for a long walk through the city to see what's going on, how people walk, how people live, what do they eat, what are they doing during the day, what are they doing at night, you know, things like that. It's just so much fun to explore, to learn about a new culture by walking through it. But in India, you can't walk in most places. It is not possible, or it's just dangerous. So that's one thing I really did not like. I wanted to walk more, but I could not walk as much. The thing I have said before, I do like Mumbai people because they do not bother women. Like in general, they're not harassy. They leave you alone. They don't talk to you. They don't look at you. Mostly they ignore you because there's just so many beautiful women here, coming here to work in Bollywood. So mostly it doesn't matter. So that I really like. If I walk even outside on the street when I'm putting my life in danger, people will leave me alone. They don't honk, they don't whisper, they don't whistle, they don't do all that crap, right? So that's great. I really like that. But I do not like the atmosphere that has been created by the assimilation of politics with religion in India. I know America is the same, and that's why I don't like American politics either, because I feel like as soon as religion gets into politics, things get shady and things get dangerous for the particular sect that has been, marginalized or has been pushed away. So in India, that sect particularly is Muslim people. So in general, right now there is this kind of hatred or this kind of subtle racism or subtle thing against Muslim people, and you see it everywhere in like subtle ways. It's not completely fully there yet. It will be, because it seems like that's the direction they're going in. And so I do not like living in Mumbai for that reason as well, because I do not want to live in a country that's supposed to be secular, that's supposed to be welcoming of people from all of the people around the world, from everywhere, no matter who they are, what their race is, what their color is, what their creed is, what their caste is, what their religion is, what their sexuality is. Well, that's not really the case right now in India. They are very discriminatory against people who are alternative sexualities. But in general, India is supposed to be a secular country. But I feel like from the conversations I'm having with people, from the conversations I'm eavesdropping on, that India is becoming a little bit of an anti-Muslim country. And I really didn't like that. I don't like having those conversations. People are bringing them up casually as if it's a normal thing to say evil things about other religions. Not that Hinduism is like the most purest religion out there. There's a lot of things people have done in the name of Hinduism in the past. In general, religion has done a lot of terrible things to people just in the name of religion. So that is something I do not enjoy. I do not like talking to people about it. I don't like getting into those conversations because, of course, I'm going to negate them. I'm like, no, I don't agree with you. And that just creates a huge load of issues, because then they don't understand how to deal with the person, especially a woman, who's disagreeing with them. And that's another thing that, of course, I do not like about India and about a lot of different countries in the world. The patriarchy is predominant here. Old men are controlling politics, they're controlling religion, they're controlling families, they're controlling schooling, they're controlling everything, and they're absolute idiots. They're prejudiced, they're conservative, they're in a lot of ways not the kind of people who should be running the country, but they are. Or they're definitely should not be running a family, but they are. And so in a lot of cases, when I am around this kind of patriarchy, this kind of degradation of women, this subjugation of women, this kind of putting women down or making them feel inferior or not letting them have their say in society, I do not enjoy it. Obviously, if you can tell, I'm a feminist, and I am not the kind of person who hates men, but I do not like the patriarchy. And the patriarchy is made up of a lot of these men who hate women or want to put them down. And so I've constantly, again, having arguments with these people because I'm like, no, I'm not going to be subjugated by you. I'm not going to be put down by you. I am a strong, independent woman, and I can do whatever the hell I want. And I don't want to be told how, or I don't want to be controlled in any way, shape, or form, right? So again, that is something that I do not enjoy at all about India. I'm constantly getting into arguments with the patriarchal society in tenets, like I'm constantly, even like it's not just men, it's women as well, because they've been so brainwashed. I'm constantly getting into arguments with men, women of all creeds and castes who have believed and bought into the brainwashing that is patriarchy, right? And so that, again, do not like it. I don't want to be around it. I don't want to be associated with it. I hate it. It really irks me. In general, the treatment of women in India is something that I do not enjoy. And the way they look at me when they realize that I am not married or independent or taking care of myself or not subjugated or not weak or not feeling inferior, the way I feel, the powerful person that I am, it really gets under their skin, and they do not enjoy it, they don't like it, and so that creates a lot of issues for me as well. So these are a few things that I'm really not enjoying about Mumbai. Obviously the traffic is terrible. Getting anywhere at a lot of times is horrendous. It's because people, as I said, cannot walk. Even the metro obviously is in use and the buses are in use, but people are mostly driving. And that also creates a lot of congestion, a lot of traffic, a lot of pollution. Not things that I enjoy. Again, to say all of this, Mumbai is a good city to live in. I could see myself living here in the future, but for a little bit of time. But I really would like to live in a place that's walkable and that's not as polluted as Mumbai is. And I really wish they would do something about that. There is a lot of possibility here. I really feel that they could improve things. And I'm sure they're going to in the future. We're still, working on things. We're still a young country, youngish. So there's room for improvement. But I really feel like these are things that I want to really speak on. I hope this makes sense. If you've ever been to Mumbai, let me know your experience. If you live in Mumbai, let me know your experience. And again, thank you so much for listening, for being on my channel. I really appreciate your support. Bye for now.